Very good morning and welcome to Kowloon Cricket Club for the KCC Morning League. Aaron Bush with you. As always, it is a Grade 1 match today. It's the Allstars up against the Royal Avengers. And as you can see on screen, the Allstars have won the toss, elected to bat. So we'll see the boys in blue head out to the middle, running a little bit late for reasons. But we're ready. And umpire Akash Yadav's ready. And I think that's umpire Imran Arif just coming onto the ground as well. So he's ready. All we're waiting on is the teams as umpire Yadav signals. Come on, out we go. Remember, this game is up on KCC Match Centre with all the information you need. I'm heading there now to find out where these two teams are sitting on the table. Batters heading out to the middle right now. There they are. Mohammad Ishtiaq and Vishal Thakur to open the batting for the All-Stars today. With the team in red for the Royal Avengers heading out into the field, being sent out to have a bowl. Should be getting underway in the next minute or so. So we'll run through the table while we wait. At the moment, this is a mid-table clash. Very important. These two teams are 4th and 5th out of the 8 teams. They've only won a game apiece. They're both on 3 points. They both have negative net run rates. So a win today for either side can boost them up into 5 points. Won't put them into 3rd, but we'll keep them at least in contention with the top 2. Try to, well, the top 4 make the semi-finals, so they need to both want to secure a position in that top 4 when the semi-finals come around the end of May. All-Stars in 4th. Played 4, won 1, lost 2, 1, no result for 3 points. The Royal Avengers played 4, won 1, lost 2, and 1 tie for 3 points. And very close net run rates. Minus 0.37 for All-Stars and Royal Avengers on negative 0.43. You can also run through the sides playing 11s today. For the All-Stars, since they won the toss, and captain Vikyat Kapoor, Dharmendra Dubey, Vishal Thakur out there in the middle. I think he's at the non-strikers end. Ricky Singh, Maran Khan, Ishtiaq Muhammad, the man that's on strike. Shelton De Cruz, Abid Khan, Sameh, Muhammad Yassin and Harsh Sharma rounding out the playing 11 today. For the Royal Avengers, the captain today is Bhargav, Saifullah, Daniel Patrick. Correct. We'll have the gloves on for the Royal Avengers today. They're top of screen. George Prasana, Usman Manj, Shahbaz Mirza, Sam Sudin, who's a new player in the side today, Mukhtar, and a couple of other new ones as well. Basil Khan and Waris rounding out the playing 11. Myra's with me in broadcast. Is it Waris to open the bowling? Or is that yet to be confirmed? No, it's the captain, it looks like, for today. Sridhar Bhargav, the captain today for the Royal Avengers. Starts with one down the leg side. Starts with another one, pushing across the body. Nice and fast, but just getting the angles a little wrong to start with. This time, bat on ball, pivots around, backward a square. Mohamed Istiak with his first boundary in the first runs off the bat for the All-Stars today. Easy pickings. It's actually a maximum. Will come up on the screen there as a 4, but it's been reversed by umpire Yadav. I was thinking it was a short boundary, and that one's just cleared the ropes, taking it on the 45 backward a square. It's back live. First dot. Oh, an edge, and it flies just through first slip. It's going to be another 4. A little fluky, this one. Just past the outside of the keeper's glove. Short boundary, though. Third was wide. They did have a third outside the circle, but not that fine. You could see took off. No time, no chance to cut that one off for runs. Runs continue to flow, only halfway through the over, 13 on it. That's what we expect from Mohamed Istiak as usual. Swings big up over the top and mid-on this time. As that one's going to go for another boundary. The third of the over, the second 4 back-to-back for Mohamed Istiak. He moves to 14. This one again, push across the body. The glove to it, saving 4 wides, 4 plus wide. Just take the 1 extra. It's going to be a 10 ball over at least here from Shedar. In the slot and gets the treatment all the way. That's massive. Up on top of the training nets, sheds as it crashes through down near the tractor. Goes big. Second maximum of the over. Still 1 legal delivery left. That's going to take some time recovering. Might need to get a recovery ball already in the first over. Stand and deliver from Istiak. I don't think I've ever seen a 6 hit on top of that shed down near the scoreboard. Oh, the KCC kit is. It hit into the shed on the side, but never seen one pop off the top. Anyway, looks like they've found it, so we can finish off this big over. 24 off the first. It's a blistering start. Gets the line right to finish off with. It'll be a dot, but it will be a big over for the All-Stars. They go in at 24s. They're 24 for none after 1. Shabazz Mirza to bowl over number 2. Vishal Thakur on strike and starting off the same way that Sridhar did. Wide, this time outside off. And another boundary in the books for the Allstars. And again, popped up in the air, though. Just over the top of backward point, coming around to point. And it's not going to go all the way to the boundary. First run through for these two out in the middle. First non-boundary. Last full toss into the pads. I think it was heading down the leg side, though. A few technical difficulties this morning, and a wicket has fallen. As Vishal Thakur departs, Samay goes to the middle and immediately goes crunch through extra cover. Might have lost a wicket, but the boundaries continue to flow for the Royal Avengers. Inside edge, just about chopped on. They'll take a single as it's picked up down at fine leg. It's a very, very fast start here from the All-Stars. 42 for 1. Shredar, the captain today. No Mohammed Faisal in the Royal Avengers setup. Not available today. So Shree has taken the captaincy, and with 3 new players in the side. See how they go today. Swinging hard, be another 4. Stand and deliver from Istiak. Keeps it along the ground. 4 runs through cover. Still a ball left. He's got the wicket this over, but it's already gone for double figures. 10 off the over with a ball to go. I mean, better than the first over, of course. That went for 24. Got a deep mid-wicket in place. I was trying to figure out why the deep mid-wicket was Vikyat Kapoor from the All-Stars, but he's just standing there having a chat to the deep mid-wicket fielder. That's the end of the over. It will be 10 off it, plus a wicket. The first wicket falling after 3. The All-Stars 46 for 1. On strike, 30 off 12. It's dragged a long way down the leg side, and it's going to go for a wide plus an extra 4. Ishtiak needing a replacement gloves here. 50 up with that 5 extras. Milestone brought up with a boundary. Not one that the Royal Avengers will be happy with. But they come any way they can. Oh, that's a good Yorker length. And the finger goes up. That's the end of Mohammed Istiak. He departs for 30. They brought up the half century, but the All-Stars lose their second in the 4th. They're 52 for 2. Going to bring Meran Khan out to the crease at number 4 for the All-Stars. And Maran gets one down leg. Been a few of those today from the Royal Avengers. Shabazz, along with Sridhar getting the wicket a piece, but been expensive with the extras. Head back to the KCC Match Centre and have a look at the scoreboard. 12 extras so far. Just pop that one through extra cover. No run available. Out away in the air. Oh, it's gone straight to backward point. One chance and then bobbles out. Didn't manage to hold on. Maran Khan put down on 0. That could get expensive for the Royal Avengers. He couldn't have put it any better down the throat of backward point. I think it's George Prasana there. Usually a very good pair of hands. Got it, and then it popped straight up in the air, and he couldn't get it on the second dive. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket in place for Maran Khan. The 2 outside the circle with still 2.1 overs left of the power play. So no deep third, no fine leg. Nobody on the offside outside the circle, which is exactly where that one goes. Backward a point on the 45 down to the Boundary Cafe. 4 runs, easy pickings, a short one from Shabazz, and Maran Khan takes full advantage, finishes off the successful over for the Royal Avengers with more extras than there were runs. 11 coming from it, and a wicket after 4. The All-Stars 57 for 2. Shamsuddin into the attack. One of the new players today for the Royal Avengers. He also starts with an extra. That's swatted hard and wide of mid-off. That's going all the way. That was hit hard and quick. Raced away down to the scoreboard. Big swing outside off. Unable to get bat on ball. Oh, 9 balls left of the power play. 63 runs on the board. Couple of wickets down for the All-Stars, but a solid start. As I said, both teams looking to get their second win of the season, keep them in contention for the semi-finals. Scoops out onto the offside, but not a lot of power on it. They had protection in the deep. Sent George Prasana back to the point boundary. Possibly still have the deep mid-wicket in place. Hiding in front of the tents. Oh, that one well down leg side. See all 3 stumps as it hit the pads. Perhaps they don't have a deep mid-wicket. I'm not sure. What have they got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the offside. I can only see 2 on the leg side, so somebody's out here somewhere. End of the over. 7 runs coming from the 5th. 1 over left of the power play. The All-Stars 64 for 2. George Prasana to bowl the final over of the power play. Was out at the deep point region, had that drop catch at the point region. He'll be bowling to Same though. That was Meran put down. Leg slip in place. I like it. Inventive. Not close in slip. Well, I liked it until they moved him back to the centre of the circle. So he's now at a leg position, backward of square. Not very fine, but right on the circle. They're bringing Shabazz in from deep mid-wicket inside the circle. That's the man that was lurking out in the deep, which I couldn't see in front of the tents. There we go. Left arm around the wicket for Prasana. Floats one up there. Swatted straight. They've got protection down at long off. Starts with a single. Now it will be Imran Khan back on strike. It'll be a big wicket he'd love to get. That one stays just inside the tram. Of course, after the fifth over, switch of umpires. Umpire Imran Arif now officiating from the bowler's end. That one probably is definitely going to get called a wide. Benefit of the doubt on the first one. No doubt on that one. Big top edge, though. Fine leg comes into the position where he was and puts it down. Imran Khan, he's only got 4 at the moment. He's been put down twice off 8 deliveries. Well, that's exactly where that leg slip was. Didn't have to run. Perhaps a catch would have been taken. Zips on through. This is good bowling. Just what the Royal Avengers needed after a blistering start from the All-Stars. On track to be the tidiest by far of all the overs bowled so far for the Royal Avengers. 1 ball left to the power play. It's length back a bit on this one. Cut hard, straight to point. Can't beat the point fielder, so it will be a dot. A single and a wide coming off the 6th. Power play done. The All-Stars going at 11s. They're 66 for 2. Shamsuddin to continue. 1 over so far, none for 7. Simo out there on 12, going at a nice clip, 12 off 8. 2 fours to his name. He starts with another extra. Been a few of them today. El Sameh looking to form a nice partnership with Imran Khan, who's been giving up chances but not been taken. 56-run partnership. That's very, very high. Staying just under waist height, according to umpire Yadav at square leg. Gets the boundary anyway, takes full advantage of the full toss, gets delivered the pie and has the snack. One kind of in the slot, hit too hard. I think that's hurt the hand. I'm not sure who was there at mid-off. It's the captain. Strider got a fingernail to it. Not taking it off. It was hit that hard. Back-to-back fours from Sale Same. Going to push the mid-off back to long off. Five for 2, going at over 11. Very nice delivery from Shamshuddin after back-to-back fours. It's hard this time going through cow corner, one bounce. Oh, good fielding. Mirza coming around, palming it down with the left, saving 3 there. Eleven runs off the over. Hit back. Is that a chance as well? Put down. Samo that time to finish off the over. They're still going at 11s here, the All-Stars. After 7, they're 77 for 2. Prasana to continue. That's just dribbled backward of point. Straight to the fielder waiting. Third inside the circle. Ball's a catch. It's up in the air. It's in the air for a long time, but it's going to pick the gap between two fielders this time. Shabazz doing the fielding with his boot. Saving 3. He saved 6 runs as of late. First one with his left hand, this time with his right boot. Bit lucky there from Maran. Going aerial again. That swatted hard work to do in the deep for Shridhar. Coming all the way around to the scoreboard. He couldn't stop that one with the boot as it kicked up over the top and into the groundsman's shed for 4. Run rate just slowing down a touch here for the All-Stars, down to 10. Still a good click if they can continue on. This partnership up to 33 now. Shamsuddin into a third. Oh, that's hit hard as well. Protection in the deep, outside the power play, long on, long off. Deep mid wicket. Floating deep square, not on the ropes, but coming in and out. Slowing things down here, this combo. Prasana and Shamsuddin. Everyone's been a little bit expensive. Even Prasana going for 6 in his second. Comes down, swats hard. Not going to carry to Bhargav in the deep. One bounce pick up. Saves 3 again. Imran Khan is not going to die wondering. He's gone aerial a number of times. Slower ball and works. Goes straight through the gate. Some say bold middle stump. Castled as the third wicket falls for the All-Stars. Shamsuddin gets the breakthrough at the end of the over. A good one in the end. 1 wicket with 4 runs only coming in the 9th. The All-Stars 87 for 3. It was a perfect slower delivery from Shamsuddin. Just took all the pace off it, floated it in, overplayed all over it from Samo. Hilton de Cruz coming out to the middle, and there'll be a change in bowling with Usman Manj into the attack for the first time today for the Royal Avengers, bowling over number 10. Hang on. Is it Uzi? He's not wearing an Uzi shirt, but... yeah, that looks like Usman to me. Puts one in the slot, gets the treatment straight off the bat. Imran Khan goes 6 through cow corner. It was pitched up from Uzi, and Imran says, I'm going aerial again, but this time I'm going to go all the way aerial. First maximum for him. Interesting. Usman going around the wicket. Taking a little while to get the ball back. Let's hit that far, but we've got it. We can continue. All-Stars into the 90s now, keeping the run rate into double figures still. Again, puts it up, willing to let him attack as he pushes through cow corner again. Shahbaz very quickly onto it, out from deep mid-wicket, and good throw in. Not willing to chance it on that arm, so Shelton de Cruz will face his first delivery of the day. Pulls the length back, so he swats it nice and straight down to long off. An easy way to get off the mark for de Cruz. He gets down the non-striker's end. 8 off the over already. A good one for the All-Stars after losing a wicket. And again, put in the slot, put in the same spot as it goes over the top of cow corner for 6. And that brings up the 100 for the All-Stars inside 10. 101 for 3. Very good start. They need to go on with it. Down the wicket, picks it up just outside the leg stump, so uses all the power. This one's swatted onto the offside, not going to get cut off by the cover fielder this time. Keeping the runs pumping. 18 off the over, still a ball left of the over to get us to the halfway mark. And Uzi's being taken to town at the moment. This is live. And third time's a charm. Yes, it is. Just as big as the other two as he finishes off a massive over for the All-Stars. 24 runs coming from the 10th as they move to 111 for 3 with 10 overs remaining and 7 wickets in hand. And Prasana back into the attack. The crew starts with a single backward of square, cut off inside the circle, so it'll just be the one. Big floater one. Oh, lucky to get that inside edge there. Maran can't, as it was honing in on the middle stump. What's the length back a bit? Prasana, so they'll take one out to the deep cover point. And this one trying to beat that same fielder, but does beat that same fielder. Got there, got the right hand down, but misfield allows the boundary. The Cruz gets his first 4. This one skied up in the air. The square leg fielder comes in, and that one gets put down. The Cruz gets a life on 6. These two out of the middle. Oh, that's a brilliant catch out of the deep by Shabas Mehta. What a catch that was, right on the ropes. It was going to clear and go for 6 if he didn't take the catch. But he does take the catch. And that's the end of the Cruise. He only gets one life. He departs on 7 as the 4th wicket falls for the All-Stars on 119. Apologies. Maran can't. Third time's a charm. He's got to go. He's not put down a third time. He departs for 33. And the 4th wicket does fall for the All-Stars on 119. 118. There we go. Two relatively new batters out in the middle now. Just 8 balls faced between them. Good platform, though. We talk about platforms, and it's a good platform set. 120 for 4, 6 wickets in hand with 8.2 overs remaining. This is much tidier from Uzi, though. Could get a wicket here. It's popped up in the air. Diving chance from backward square. Can't get onto that one either. Few gone down in the square region. Dancer's going begging again. Shelton de Cruz gets a second life. And this one's not going to be caught by Shahbaz. That's going up and up and up. Almost into the third tier. A big maximum for Abed Khan. Free hit coming up. Not sure what the infringement was, but it's only going to be a single. As Sridhar comes in from long off. New bowler for the first time today, Saifullah. And chopping on to the pads from De Cruz. So he's got 2 lives. He's probably had 3 lives if you count the fact that I gave him out 2 overs ago. And it wasn't him, it was Mehran Khan. But he has been put down twice so far, De Cruz, as he's trying to keep the runs piling on for the All-Stars. Plays this one off the pads. Through a wide-ish mid-on. 3 converge, keep it to 1. Same sort of region, really. Maybe a little bit straighter, going out to Prasana at long on. Uses the wrist through extra cover. One bounce into the training nets. Just a matter of did it clear or not. I think it's a 4. It is a 4. That was very nicely timed from De Cruz. Worries about catching in that one as he went wide, well wide of the cover point fielder. And back-to-back 4s as he goes backward of square. Back-to-back fours finishing off the over. 13 runs coming from the 13th as the All-Stars move to 140 for 4. Shamsuden back into the attack. It should be his final over, I believe. We'll see as it pulls up on screen. It is 3 overs, 1 for 12 so far. He'll be bowling to Abid Khan, who just guides that one beautifully, beats the third inside the circle. Very nicely timed. It's a hat trick of fours for the All-Stars. 2 at the end of the last over, 1 to start the 14th. And just the timing on it, just moved away, picked it up off middle and off. Knew the fielder was inside, catching position. And that one's going to go leg side. Fly third has to come and do the fielding. Does well, saves 3. This partnership already passed the quarter century mark, 27 off 15. The crew's back on strike. Took the pace off that one, but not as much as he did when he got the wicket. So it was picked up easily by De Cruz. We'll just get a signal. It is going all the way. Big maximum. Shelton's first as he moves to the quarter century mark himself. 25 off 12 now. We saw that beautiful slower delivery earlier today, but that one there, just sort of middling pace. Wanted to try to roll the wrists over it, fingers over it, but that one there is the faster one. So just punches it forward of point for a single. Good runs again for the All-Stars. Maximum bringing up the 150 as well. And puts one shorter. Abid's popped it up in the air, and a running Mirza couldn't cut that one off. It's going to be another maximum as Abid Khan picks up his second big one of the day and moves to 20. That one going backward of square on the 45. Nicely played. Big over to finish off Shamsuddin's 4 over spell. 1 for 44. Ruined the figures with a 22 run over in the 14th. The All-Stars 162 for 4. George Prasana to bowl out here. He's been the best of the bowlers. 3 overs, 1 for 15. He's only got 6 legal deliveries left. Cruz starting with a boundary. There's a bit full from Prasana. There's the floater. It's not going to carry the ropes. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 bounces to Shamsuddin. Takes the 1. Big score on the cards here for the All-Stars, looking at well past 200, 6 wickets in hand. Get up towards the 15 over mark. Or beaten for pace in a slower way this time. Overplayed it, Abed Khan. Been well through the shot before the ball arrived. Took all the pace off there, Prasana. And pitches this one up, outside off. Beats the bat again. And Prasana, who, as I said, been pick of the bowlers, 1 for 20. He's only got 2 balls left, though. Can he get a second wicket? Oh, I didn't know where that one went, and I don't think Abed Khan did either. It is a dot, just the 5 off the over so far. There's the floater one as well. Keeps it along the ground wisely. Pushes for 1 and will retain strike. 6 runs coming from it. And the 50-run partnership up for these two out in the middle. Going at a strike rate of 250 off 25. 5 fours, 3 maximums. And wonderful 50-run partnership. Myra, put the partnerships up. And we'll have a look at how they've gone today. Thank you, Myra. Fuller will continue. Yep, biggest partnership, of course, first 50-run partnership today, but it's all been pretty good when you've got 3 30-plus run partnerships in the books as well. That's why the All-Stars are big, and that's going to go as well. I think yes, it has cleared the ropes. Has it? It's 4 ones. That's a no ball, is it, as well? 4 runs. It's just 4, I think. Just confirmed. No, it is a no ball. Free hit signal coming up. Well, that's expensive. 5 runs off. No legal delivery. So still 6 balls left to the 16th. As the All-Stars move into the 170s. Full toss. Poked up in the air. Shahbaz working hard, but in the end, Shamsuddin does the fielding. Good running allows them to come back for a second. Very nice camera switching by production chief Myra Baloch, standing beside me as always in the KCC Morning League Broadcast Centre. Another full toss, swatted in the air, could be out though, is out, no! He had to throw it back in as he was falling over the ropes. It's just a 1, it's a 6. He actually stood on the ropes. That's why he threw it back in, because didn't realise how close to the ropes he was. Took the catch, stood on the ropes. Well, I say this is an eventful over. And another 6. So 4 off the no ball, 2 off the free hit, then 2 maximums. Under the pads, if he wasn't coming from such a round the wicket angle, he might have got that one, but I think it was pitching just outside leg and then going onto the stumps. The only thing saving Abed Khan there. I think it was going to rattle the cage. Full again, chopped out, a chance, run out as De Cruz just safely gets home. Saifullah was in 2 minds there, really. If he'd gone for the bowler's end, there was no one to back up. They would have got back for a second. Oh, that's a full toss over the waist. They're going to get 4 runs for it, I think, as well. As Mirza cannot get there. No ball, free hit. 4 runs again. Just how the over started. And a free hit to finish off. Cruz will get that free hit. So he moved to 35. This is a big over. 25 coming from it. End of the over, Myra. Let's put the Manhattan up, shall we? Oh, and the free hit's been delivered through mid-wicket up into the netting of the swimming pool pavilion. Fire off the... Oh, I thought you were going to get the lampy on camera there, Mara, but you changed cameras too quickly. Massive over. 31 runs coming from the 16th as the All-Stars nudge that 200 figure there, 199 for 4. As Mertzer comes back into the attack. There it is, the biggest over of the day. 31 runs coming from the 16th. They've also had 3 over the 20 mark. It's been a big day for the All-Stars as Shahbaz Mirza back into the attack. 2 overs, 1 for 23. He's going to be dispatched as well. 1 bounce for 4, backward of square. Abid Khan moves to 48 with his 4th 4. That one just a little bit of swing still as it swung down the leg. The pads going down leg. They'll take the leg by. I think that's the first leg by of the day, actually. Oh, a bit of bat did he get? He's asking the question. No, it is a leg by. Sounded very paddy. As Myra starts up the morning league dance again. Next to me. Looked onto the leg side, dribbles backward of square. I think Shahbaz taking a bit of pace off that delivery. $250's a chance here. These two keep their big hitting ways. That one scooped up. They've got protection. Usman Marnes down at the extra cover position. Doesn't carry to him. So the ones that have carried, they've been put down, and the other ones just haven't carried today. It's not going the Royal Avengers way so far. As I said at the beginning of the broadcast, both teams with just the 1 win. Both teams looking to get their 2nd win and try to stay in a chance of the 4th position to play in the semi-finals come the end of May. Just got to get into that top 4. And then you can make the semi-finals, of course. The bottom 4 will not. 5th and 6th will be safe and remain in Grade 1. And 6th and 7th position heading on down to Grade 2 in 2025-26 KCC Morning League. So there's plenty to play for all the teams. I now know why Myra's jumping around like a jackrabbit. I bought her a Red Bull for Morning League, and she's showing the effects of it in broadcast at the moment. Might need to be tethered down. Oh, up in the air, over the top of Prasana's head. 6 to Cruz. Finishes off the over with a big one. And he moves to 48. These two are in a race to see who gets to the half century the quickest. Abid Khan, 49 off 23. Shelton to Cruz, who was put down earlier on. 48 off 20. Sridhar, the captain today, with no Mohammed Faisal to bowl over number 18. Bhargav, 2 overs, 1 for 34. Abid Khan on 49. He's going to bring up the half century, not with the boundary. And Saifullah does a slide, but it's enough to get him to his 50. 50 off 24. 4 fours, 4 maximums in a very quick innings. It gets a round of applause from the All-Stars dugout. And now Shelton de Cruz on 48. He can get there faster. What can he do? Swings hard. It's in the air. It's going to fall short as Sam Suden comes around. They're going to push for 2, and he's going to bring up his 50 as well. A second half century in consecutive balls as De Cruz moves to 50 off 21. Gets there 3 balls faster than Abed Khan with 5 fours and 3 maximums. And if they can find 2 more runs off this next delivery, it's going to be the 100-run partnership as well. Oh, it's only going to be 1. Doesn't pull the trigger there, so Fuller, as no one backing up. So they move to the partnership of 99. Brought up Abed Khan's 50 off ball number 1. Shelton de Cruz 50 off ball number 2. What can happen off ball number 4 here with Abed Khan back on strike? He scoops it up in the air. He's going to pick the gap between mid-wicket and long on. Bring up the 4, bring up the 100 partnership as well. 103 runs off just 43 deliveries with 9 fours and 7 maximums. Well, that's going to be a no ball. It's going to be a dead ball. Dead ball. Didn't get all the way through his action. It's just completely lost it. 100 partnership, you can see on screen. Just 43 deliveries. Still got 2.2 overs left, 221 on the board. I'm going to have to run off to the match centre and see what the biggest scores of the season are. Oh, that's a good delivery. Head off to the competition centre and have a look at all the previous fixtures results for grade 1. I think there's a 253 in a washed out grade. It was a 278 from the Titans back in February. Probably not going to get there. That's a big score. I won that one by 120 runs, the Titans. Scrolling on through. 254 from the Sky Warriors Marvels, who won by 110 in that game. So 254 is the second top score. There's not a chance. Okay, 2 overs remaining. Shabazz Mirza to bowl out. He's got the penultimate duties. 3 overs, 1 for 36. Abed Khan on strike on 55. 2-2-2 for 4 with 2 overs remaining for the Allstars. That's big. Up in the air, and it's going to go all the way for 6 to start it off. 11 legal deliveries remaining, and Abed Khan goes big. 2 in place at long on and long off. He splits the gap between the 2 of them. Picked it up beautifully outside off. And came back live. Ball number 2. And he goes leg side. Scooped up in the air. That's 1 bounce over the boardings for 4. Into the scorers' tents. Not filled today because we do the scoring. Goes the bouncer this time, and it was a good one. Gets the dot, but there's already 10 runs on the board. 250 still our chance here. 255 will get the Allstars the second highest grade 1 scores this season. 9 legal deliveries remaining. Swinging hard, goes through mid-wicket. Coverage in the deep by Prasana. Saifullah lurking at a forward square. Couldn't cut that one off, so they get 1. De Cruz back on strike. Look up at the scoreboard. Which one of these two has got the better strike rate? Still De Cruz with 231. He scoops out onto the offside. Shridhar just picks that one up easily. They're going to run on the arm, though. That's good running. Clever from Abid Khan running to the danger end. Turned and came back quickly. 13 off the over. One ball left for Shahbaz today. He scoops it out. Hits it faster and harder, so they'll only take one this time. And De Cruz finishes off the over. A good one. 14 coming from the penultimate. 6 legal deliveries remain. The All-Stars 236 for 4. And the captain will finish off proceedings here for the All-Stars. 3 overs, 1 for 43. Went for 9 in his third. These two are going to swing at everything here. 6 wickets in hand. Nothing to lose. And there's the first one. Stand and deliver from Shelton. Up over the top of the netting. Not sure how far that one's gone back, but it's gone a long, long way. Just over the top of the tents again. I think we're going to have to find a replacement one for that one. Angling in on to middle and off. Shelton says that's exactly where I'd like it. He's up to 60 off 25.
Okay.
That one is not going to clear the ropes. It's just going to be one out to Prasana in the deep at mid-wicket. Okay, 4 plus the wide getting messy. The biggest score, second biggest score of the season for grade 1 now for the All-Stars, passing the Marvels 254.
285 somebody scored.
270, I've already checked it out. It was 278 by the Titans is the biggest score this year. That's in...
285 was the highest ever, actually.
All right, finishes it off with a dot, but it's a big, big innings here for the All-Stars. 263 for 4 on the back of a 145-run partnership. Oh, they missed out on getting the 150 partnership with the 6 at the end, but they're not going to matter. The All-Stars will be very happy with what's in the books. 263 for 4. Myra, let's have a look at the batting and bowling card before we go into the innings break here. And starting it off, Mohammad Istiak with a very fast 30. Vishal Thakur not really getting started today, but everyone getting in the runs after that. Samay with a 28. Maran Khan, who was put down a handful of times for his 32 off 26. But these two, Shelton De Cruz, 73, not out off 29 deliveries. And Abid Khan, 69, not out. With help by 26 extras, moves the score to 263 after 20. Bowling card. It's not pretty for the Royal Avengers with plenty of players missing today, including the captain, Mohammad Faisal. Shridhar, the captain today, 1 for 70. And the other opening bowler, Shahbaz Mirza, also picking up a half century off his 4 overs, 1 for 50. Shamshuddin, 1 for 44. Still picking the bowlers for mind. George Prasana with a 1 for 21. And Uzi and Saifullah not bothering the wicket column today. So we're in the innings break here at Kowloon Cricket Club for the KCC Morning League Grade 1 match. As the All-Stars won the toss, went into bat, and bat they did. They put 263 on the board. The Royal Avengers will need 264 for victory. Join us in around 6 or 7 minutes' time for the big run chase here, live for a Wednesday. Kowloon Cricket Club. It's the KCC Morning League Grade 1 match. Allstars versus the Royal Avengers. The Allstars putting on a massive 263. The Royal Avengers, who are missing players today, are going to need to find 264 somehow. Going out to the middle to bat. Daniel Patrick on strike with Usman Manj at the non-strikers end. Looks like Yasin Mohammed is going to open the bowling today for the All-Stars. Didn't see him with the bat. Wasn't required. Only losing the 4 wickets it was in that first innings. And of course, that big 145-run partnership between Shelton de Cruz and Abid Khan. Banging on the runs for the All-Stars. Both sides looking for their second win of the season and keep themselves in touch for the semi-finals in that 4th position. The top 3 are looking pretty set at the moment. 3rd place, Sky Warriors. Is it Avengers in 3rd, I think. They've still got a good 4 games in hand. We're ready to get underway. That's a good way to start. Patrick's gone bang and gone 6 to start with. Backward a square, just picked it up. Short one from Yasin, and it's helped on the way. Sounded good off the middle of the bat too. Doing it with style, with the cap on backwards underneath the helmet, and smashes a maximum. This one cut away. It's going to be another boundary. Backward of points. Easy runs down there in the power play towards the boundary cafe. Well, couldn't ask for a better start here for the Royal Avengers. I had a chat with one of the Royal Avengers during the innings break, and they said they need to attack in the power play with only the 2 fielders outside, and so far they have. They've got a deep square just backward of square leg umpire. The deep of Shelton de Cruz, and they've got a fine leg you can see on screen. So nobody on the offside, 5-4 offside field. Slip in place though. And that one's been spotted for another maximum. Forward of square up onto the scorer's tent and takes another maximum. 16 off the first 3 deliveries. No extras as there were in the first over for the All-Stars, but not needed at the moment. Patrick going big, 6-4-6. And all of them sounded really good off the middle too. He's seeing it well to start with, wasting no time. No changes in the field. As Yasin comes in again with the left arm. It's cut away. Won't beat point this time. Valuable dot ball. Back dots after the blistering start. Then back to maximums to finish off the over. 3 6s and a 4 in the first as the Royal Avengers move to 24 after 22, I should say. My mouth is not sound at this time of the morning. 22. At the same time, the Royal Avengers started with an over of 24, so they're staying on par at the moment, needing another 242 in 19 at 12.74. Michelle Tucker to bowl over number 2 for the All-Stars. Was he on strike for the first time today? He's going to get at least one. It's completely infield. So you come back for an easy second. Cuts away, it's in the air, there's a chance of a catch. The catch is taken, and Usman has to depart for 2. A good catch in the deep. Muhammad Istiak. Saifullah coming out at number 3 for the Royal Avengers in the second. Vishal Thakur gets the breakthrough, put straight down the throat of the deep point fielder. Well, they started blistering, but the breakthrough for the All-Stars early. They're going to slow things down, perhaps. Saifullah out to the middle. Not going to start slow. Saifullah starts with a boundary, straight after the wicket falls.
No, right?
Picks that one up, goes through mid-wicket. Doesn't carry the ropes, but it will roll down for a 4. Back-to-back 4s to start with as the Royal Avengers try to keep themselves in this game, and they're doing well at the moment. And off the over so far, even with the wicket falling, 2 balls remaining. Well, it's going to be a hat-trick of boundaries as he moves to 12, going at a strike rate of 400. Saifullah, 444. 14 off the over, getting their run rate required in again. A terrible delivery. Pitched up, though, and scooped out. A deep mid-wicket in place. And a deep third. So they had the deep point in place for Uzi. Now they're going to put deep backward point in place. Which is wise. One ball left of the second. 36 on the board already. It's exactly how many runs the Allstars had at 1.5. This one's just going to run out and got onto the fielder out there. There's Mohammad Ishtiaq again. A little quicker than he thought. Almost misjudged it, but keeps it to a 1. An end of the over. A successful one for the All-Stars, but a big one for the Royal Avengers. 15 coming from it after 2. They're 37 for 1. Yassin Mohammed to continue. He was very expensive in his first over, going for 22. Just a single to start his second. And it was Daniel Patrick, who is back on strike, who did all the damage in that first over. 3 maximums. Little inside edge, perhaps saving Patrick there. It was a very good ball from Yassin. Well, that one's swatted up in the air. Gone all the way as well towards the cow corner region as the little lampy goes on here in broadcast from Myra to signal we've seen. That one's gone big. I love little Lampy. He's been lighting up a fair bit today. This is back live. Oh, a swing and a miss. Unlucky not to find the stumps there, Yasin. Two balls left of the third. And that's a good ball. The length back a little bit. Saifullah playing over it. Tidier this one, but still 8 runs coming from it so far. It's already a 21-run partnership. 20 of them from Saifullah. Gets that one, Fuller, and takes full advantage. 2 bounces into the palm trees for 4. To finishes off another over going for double figures. 12 off the third. Avengers moving towards the half-century mark. They're 49 for 1. Vishal Thacker into the attack, continuing into his second over, successful in his first, and that brings up the 50 for the Royal Avengers in just 3.1 overs. Just still behind on comparison. You'd think going at a run rate of 15.79 is pretty handy, but at the same point, the All-Stars were 52 for one. Well, now they're going to be 56 for one. The Royal Avengers as Saifullah goes big again. He's now top scorer. He's just overtaken Patrick. On the count of he's faced two more deliveries, he's moved to 30. Still going at a strike rate of 300. The ball has left KCC, so we're going to have to get a... That ball was hit so big, it may have not only just ended up in Jordan Path, it might have been donated to the People's Liberation Army barracks behind us. And this is a blistering start for the Avengers, 56 for one. The All-Stars were 53 for two now after 3.2, so they're ahead on both runs and wickets in hand. Said that they're missing a whole heap of players today, the All-Stars, the Avengers, I should say. So far, their top order is not being bothered by that. The top three, of course, have just they're regulars in the lineup. There's Manj, Daniel Patrick, and Saifullah. Draw if it's going to be Bhavik Parekh or Mukhtar to come out at number 4, both padded up. Bhavik has the helmet on though, so he'd be my favourite to come in at number 4. At the moment, these two, well, I was about to say these two don't need the number 4 to come out, but Vishal Thacker gets his second, goes straight through Saifullah. His 300 strike rate innings comes to an end on 30 as the second wicket falls for the Avengers on 56. Vishal Thacker now 2 for 22 off 1.3. And will be Bhavik Parekh coming out at number 4, as I suggested, as he makes the long walk out of the dugout. Still a nice platform set. They've got like, what's that, about a fifth of the runs they require. Still need another 208 from here at 12.61.
Which they all forget to bat.
Vishal Thacker, 3 balls left of his second, 2 wickets to his name. Whipped off the pads nicely to start with for Parekh. De Cruz will chase that one down in time, though, just inside the ropes. And they'll come back to start off with a 2. Again, a wicket falling, but still 9 runs off the over so far. 2 balls remaining. No overs in single figures so far for the All-Stars. A chance for Vishal, of course, to do that with a couple of dot balls to round this out. And there's one of them, as that one rolls out to Abid Khan at mid-on. Go. Can he dot it out? He's not going to dot it out. He's going to go for 4. Can De Cruz cut that off? Yes, he can. I think that was 1, in fact, to finish off. So it's still double figures, though, as Bavik will retain strike. And after 4, the Avengers 59 for 2. Ahead still on comparison. After 4, Allstars were 57 for 2. The captain for the All-Stars to bowl over number 5, Vikat Kapoor. Oh, he almost finds that leg stump. Did go down the leg side, but went inside the pads of Bavik, so dot ball.
That is us. Look how good my eyes are.
Hit hard, can't beat Yasin at mid-off. Myra next to me getting excited. Zaz Khan is in the house, walking down to do some training, early training here at KCC. Of course, one of the KCC legends. That's over the top of mid-on. No chance for Ahmed Khan on that one as it races away to cow corner for 4. Well, in the air and taken. Istiak with another catch, and that's the end of Bavik Parekh for 7. The 3rd wicket falls for the Avengers on 63. The captain, Vikat Kapoor, strikes in his first. Out to the middle at number 5 for the Royal Avengers, George Prasana. And 3 early wickets inside the power play. Just what the All-Stars wanted. They've gone for plenty of runs, but if they can get the 10 wickets required, 7 more from here, then they'll get a nice big victory. The 2 teams that have scored 250 plus, the Titans won by 120, and the Marvels won by 110. The All-Stars now with the 2nd highest score of Grade 1 for the 2025-26 season. Can they get a 100-run plus victory and get that net run rate into the positive margin? As the left-handed Prasana starts with an easy single through Ford Square. Pad on that one, saving the wide. They get through. Oh, no, they did get a wide. I thought caught a little bit of pad there, but I'll take the wide. I have to re-bowl the final delivery. Still, unless they can find a boundary, if Prasana can't find a boundary, this will be the first over so far for the All-Stars, not in double figures. As Vikyat comes in. It's whipped straight. Won't even be a single. As Patrick has to race back. Thoughts of overthrow runs and a misfield, but it's going to be a dot to finish with, and it will only be 7. Plus a wicket coming from the 5th. The Royal Avengers 66 for 3. 1 over remaining at the power play. Abid Khan, part of that 154-run partnership with Shelton de Cruz into the attack to finish off the power play for the All-Stars. Patrick, he's seen his teammates fall back on strike, and he hasn't even faced 10 deliveries. And that's going to be his 5th boundary. 9 deliveries, 2 4s, 3 6s. That's impressive as he moves to 28. Not for the first time, we're seeing a 300-plus strike rate. Saw that 30 off 10. Oh, the bat this time, work to do for de Cruz. He cannot jump up and grab it. He's gone for a maximum after the 4. He's doing to Abid Khan what he did in the first over to Yasin Muhammad, Daniel Patrick. Didn't even get that one out of the middle and still managed to clear the rope. Toe with the bat. And flying de Cruz, unable to get a mid on it. Back live. As Abid resets onto the toes. This time it will be cut off by de Cruz in the deep. Takes a 1. Another over into the double figures. Prasana, just the 1 run so far. He's got a deep mid-wicket in place for the left-hander. And a long on going back to outside. No fine leg. Nobody at slip third, gully or any of that. Does go out through mid-wicket, and he goes maximum way. Another big one, and the first one for Prasana, joining in proceedings with Patrick. In the partnership, 6 deliveries. Let's see, 6 deliveries, 1 dot, 20 runs. Thinking about a cheeky single, but that's a dot. 17 coming from the over so far. 1 ball left to the power play. Into the 80s already for the Royal Avengers. Well ahead on comparison now. Well, that's a waist height no ball as well. So that's going to get expensive because it's a no ball. It's a free hit. And they've rotated, which is going to put the very big hitting Patrick on strike. No ball in the end. The no ball was called by umpire Yadav, so it's end of the over. And just 18 coming from it. The signal did go out, but was recalled by square leg. Power play done. Royal Avengers 84 for 3. Comparison, the All-Stars were 66 for 2. Ball successful in his first over, 1 for 7. To bowl a second with Prasana on strike. Charges, scoops it up in the air, a chance of a catch in the deep, getting underneath it. Yasin puts it down, got there in time, but fell just as he was getting hands to it. And another one goes down. Probably deserved. That was Patrick putting that one up in the air, wasn't it? Or was it Prasana? It was Prasana. Well, he dropped two himself, so he's been given one life. He's probably due a second one as well. Gets away with it with a two. This time keeps it along the ground to Abed Khan, who's got a quick arm, and Prasana had to scurry in the end. No direct hit, so safely 3 for 1. Power play done, so pushing the fielders out in the deep. They've got a deep cover, deep square leg, deep mid wicket. A wideish long on and a long off, which is also quite wide. So cuts away, beats the point fielder and goes for 4. Patrick, how many boundaries is that now, Myra? 7 boundaries to Patrick's name. And again, small runs through the point region. Daniel Raj Patrick into the 40s now with his 8th boundary. His strike rate back up to 331. Has to do his own fielding there, Kapoor. They take the 1. Another over in the double figures, keeping themselves on track. Seven overs done, 13 coming off it. The Royal Avengers, 97 for 3. Still needing 167. Keeping the run rate required and the run rate pretty even. Harshama to bowl over number 8. Still making some adjustments in the field, wanting long on, well, long off to go square them round towards the offside cow corner. Brings deep cover inside though for Prasana, who swings hard down to, well, only makes it to mid-on in the end, so it takes the 1. Only singles for the start for Harsh Sharma. This is what the All-Stars needed. They brought up the 100 of the Avengers already. Scoops it out, goes straight, and oh, it almost hit Yasin in the head. He tried to palm it down. In the end, did save 3. All the poles so far, 5 singles in the 8th. This one is up and over the top. It's going all the way over the top of the training nets, in fact, onto the back net for 6. A big maximum to end that string of singles, and another over into double figures with that big one. As Patrick brings up the half century, 52 off 17, 4 fours, 5 maximums, going at a strike rate of 306. Look at that. Stand and deliver. Beautiful stroke. That's the way to bring up your half century, people. Do it in style. Do it with a maximum. And 20 ball, 45 run partnership forming between these two. It's Prasana back on strike. Kapoor's going to have a break. I think Yasin's going to come back into the attack here. Myra. Yasin Muhammad takes off the cap. What's his figures? 2 overs, none for 34 so far. Obviously thinking the left arm quick can somehow break this partnership. But Patrick very much enjoyed his first over, so he's got Prasana on strike. Whips it over the top of square leg, and that's going to race away for 4 as well. So starting pretty much like his first over. Went for 22 in his first, 12 in his second. He's gone for 4 off his first delivery of his third, Yasin. That's big as well. Nobody out there through cow corner for the left-hander, and he's gone all the way on top of the training nets into the Cox's roadside. Goes big and up and up and up, and I'm going to need another replacement ball. There's nobody he's going to go get that one off the top of the training nets yet. Pick that one up just on the off stump. So he's gone 4-6. Very similar start to this over as it was for the first one for Yasin, using the pace, and that one's going to go for 4 as well. Nobody at deep third. 4-6-4, 14 off the over. This is 50-run partnership came up in one of these boundaries, 59 now off 23 deliveries. That's nicely played by Prasana. Just used the wrists through a vacant slip gully region. Mara, I don't understand. The sun is out and it's getting colder in broadcast. How is that happening? It's supposed to get warmer today. Oh, it's the breeze. And again, swings hard, doesn't control it, doesn't matter. Another 4. 18 off the over, 2 balls remaining. And that brings up the half century for Yasin Muhammad. The left armour. We love our left armers, but he's not getting a lot of love today. He's bowled 16 deliveries and gone for 52. Not the first half century today. The 2 opening bowlers for the Royal Avengers also went for half centuries. Opening bowler, the captain, went for 70. So it's been one of those days. We're not far away from 400 runs coming up. Actually, how far away are we? 127. I think we're at about 390. Myra, you check if my math is good there. Okay. Takes the pace off it this time. That's a good dot ball to finish off with, but a massive over, 19 runs coming from it. And Myra has used the calculator to prove that my math was sound, and it has been 390 runs in the game so far. Thank you, Myra. 390. I saw the runs required, which is 137. If you add that to the 263, that's 400 runs. However, it's 10 runs less than that, so it's 390 on the board so far in 29 overs. Thank you very much. As Dubé comes into the attack for the first time today. Namendra Dubé, he was the captain last game while Vicky Kapoor was travelling. Vice captain today. And he's going to have to come into the attack and see if he cannot buy a over going for less than double figures. Only Vicky Kapoor's first over going for 7. It's the only one in the first 9 overs going for less than double figures so far. Here we go. As he goes around the wicket. Almost gets it caught and bowled immediately, just past the left arm. And the left hand of Dubé. Takes a single. Going to go over the wicket to the right-handed Patrick, 52 off 18. He's showing no respect to any bowler so far today. What will he do to DD? Oh, good delivery, but I think it's gone down leg, actually. Watching side on. Good speed and good loop. But dragged down the leg side, and to be honest, Patrick might have missed out there. He was in the spot to pop it over the square leg boundary for a maximum. But anyway, it needs to be re-bowled. This one's full and almost carries to Cruz, but just one bounce. And 3 runs off the first 2. So we push up towards the halfway mark, and Avengers, well, they're only a tick away from the halfway mark of the run chase as well. They only need 134 more. 130 on the board, 7 wickets in hand. This game could go deep. That's a full toss. Oh, and it's almost a caught and bowled. He's put it down off his own bowling. And then in a bit of anger, has a shot at the stumps and almost gives up an overthrow. Very wise from Shelton to Cruz coming in from the deep to make sure that that was just a single. But it was a no ball. And the rotation, of course, puts Daniel Raj Patrick back on strike. He gets the free hit. So in the end, the drop catch doesn't count. Waits on it, goes fine, gets 4. Picks up his 10th boundary. 5 fours to go with 5 maximums, moves to 57. That one was going to be wide as well if he'd left it alone, but decided he'd help it on its way. Still 3 balls left. This one's going into the double figures as well, the way it's tracking. Scooped up. It's going to carry 1 bounce. It does carried all the way, and it's been put down. I think it's Yasin again. He's been peppered out there in the deep. That was a tough chance. Oh, life there for Patrick. This is scooped out by Prasana. And is it going to get cut off in the deep? It is not. It's going to go for 4 as well. Well. Past the halfway mark now. That was the... Before that delivery, Myra, the 400th run had come up. It's now 404 runs today. That's a lot of yelling and screaming for me. We're still not done yet. A victory to the Royal Avengers means we're going 500 plus. 123 required now. There's one ball left to get us to the halfway mark. Of course, these two teams in fourth and fifth, both looking to make the semi-finals. So they take a single to finish off the over. 15 coming from it. Another big one as the Avengers move to 142 for 3. 10 overs remain, 7 wickets in hand, 122 required at 12.2. Shot into Cruz to bowl over number 11 for the All-Stars. Can he be the man who does not get taken for big runs while he gets his field set? Mara, let's put up the Manhattan, the Hong Kong, shall we? See the comparison of towers. It's going to be big. There you can go. That big 31-run partnership in the 16th really helped the All-Stars. Myra disappeared out of broadcast for about 3 deliveries, came back and went, how did the Avengers get up to 240 already? Okay. As the Cruz starts around the wicket and almost a stumping for Mohammad Ishtiaq. No, it's Maran Khan, I should say, with the gloves on. And Prasana almost over rotating and given up at the wicket. The deep cover, long on, very wide, long on, more power corner region, long off, deep mid wicket, deep square leg outside the circle for the Cruz. And again, I think he's got a big top edge on that one. It's going to spin away for 4. Fluky one, but it's in the books as a 4. Keep the runs ticking over. Partnership up into the 80s now, 83 of just 35 deliveries. As we watch on the replay, and just open the blade up and somehow managed to get it on the right angle. So they've put a deep third, which means they have to bring the deep cover inside. Otherwise, it would be a no ball. Sale Summit moves inside the circle. And good ball from the Cruz, just dotted back. And this is in the air. This is, oh, I thought that was a catching chance, but decided to wait on it instead, protect the boundary. That was close to the off stump. Looks like De Cruz is going to be the man to have a non-double figure over. Unless there's a maximum coming at the end. Patrick's trying hard. Must be getting a little weary with all the boundaries. Waits on this one. It's going to not be a 6, and it's not going to be a 4 either. Good pick up in the deep. Throw a little wide, allowing them to get back for 2. It'll be 7 runs coming from the 11th. The Royal Avengers, 149 for 3, needing another 115 with 9 overs remaining at 12.78. I'm entirely sure what all the delay was there, but in the end, the decision is the captain will have a bowl. Vikas Kapoor, I'll bowl over number 12. 2 overs, 1 for 20 so far. 1 over, 1 for 7, and another over going for 13. And tip and run to cruise in quickly. Picks up inside the circle. Take the 1. Slowing down a little bit here. 150 comes up with that single. Still over 100 runs for victory, though. It's a long way to go for the Avengers, but they've got the wickets in hand. Bump ball back to the bowler. Tidy, this is what the All-Stars need. Not what the Royal Avengers need, though. They still need to go at 13 and over from here. Boundaries required. That one up off his pads, almost carries into the deep again. Summer did the clean up. It's only a single. Be another single out to long on this time. And a fresh airy this time from Patrick. There's a bit of weariness must be setting in. Been out there for all 12 overs now. Well, calls a catch it, and no catching. Yes, catching it. Oh, stepped on the rope, catching it, so it's 6. That's not for the first time we've seen that today. Yasin, he is having no luck out in the deep. 2 drop catches, he takes 1, but while standing on the rope. So it's a big maximum to finish off. 9 runs coming from the 12th. As the Royal Avengers moved to 148 for 3. They need 106 at 13.25. Kapoor knows he was about 10 centimetres away from picking up the big wicket there. Patrick survives again, moves to 48. .96-run partnership now. We've already had a 100-run partnership in the first innings. I'm not sure how that ended up there. I don't know if there was any bat on that one. No bat, just a bye. I'll take the 1, but they need more. They need boundaries. 104 off 46. That's a big ask. Goals a catch it. Samo getting underneath it, and he actually misjudged it in the end as it just fell away from him. 2 were converging. The captain as well there, Kapoor, but another chance goes begging. It's Prasana this time who gets another life. So he's got his 2 lives for the 2 drop catches that he gave away in the first innings. You'd think the next one's going to go down, but that brings up the 50 for George. Gets a life on his 50th, 50 off 29, 5 fours and 2 maximums. And again, this is a bit like we saw in the first innings where there was 2 half centuries and then the 100-run partnership. A 100-run partnership is going to come up right now with another 4 to Patrick. 102-run partnership off 50 deliveries. So 2 milestones being brought up in this over as well. Still 1 ball remaining. It's still pretty much less than half the runs they require per over. So even though they've got the milestones ticking over, they need to find more boundaries. The Crews with 1 ball left. 7 off the over so far. Got the runs required underneath 100 now. 99 from here for victory. 98 for a tie. Calls a catch it again. The captain getting under it this time. And it's gone over his head as well. It's a bit swirly up there, it looks like, because that's the second time similar this over. It's happened. Patrick, the one getting away with it this time. So 8 runs coming from the 13th. The Royal Avengers 166 for 3. They need another 98 at 14 exactly per over in the final 7. The ball going to bowl out here. 3 overs, 1 for 29. Was unlucky on that final delivery of his third. They're going to run on the arm of Yasin and get back for 2. All right. So over 2 runs a ball. We got 2 off the first. More boundaries required. And there's one of them. And he's cut that away beautifully through point. I have to think that for the Avengers to get the win here, you probably have to have a century from Patrick, and these 2 continue to stay out in the middle. Not to say that there isn't batters to come, but these 2 out in the middle, they've got their eye in, and a wicket falling will just be suboptimal, let's say, for the Royal Avengers. But as it stands, 109-run partnership. Can they beat that 145-run partnership in the first innings between De Cruz and Abid? They're on track to at the moment. Tries to whip it onto the leg side, but can't beat square leg. Comes around, but a bit of a wild throw. And another one allows them to get back for 2. Waits on this one, though. That's going all the way over the top of square for 6. Patrick, 86 off 34. I mean, the only downside is his strike rate's fallen under 300. He's going at 252 at the moment. I mean, it's rare you see somebody go at 250 plus all the way into their 80s. It's been a marvellous knock. Couple of chances, yeah, but you take your chances in the morning league and make sure you take full advantage. 84-run partnership off 38 now. That's not correct. That's 84 runs to win off 38. Partnership, of course, is a lot more. Gets that one past the outside edge. Picks up the dot. There's 14 required per over, and they've got 14 so far. Keep them on track with 6 overs to go. Another boundary. Relieve a bit of the pressure for the Royal Avengers. Swats hard. Won't beat. long off. So it'll be 1, and Patrick will retain strike as he moves to 87. The team moves to 183, 181 for 3. The partnership moves to 118. 6 overs remain. They need to go at 13.83 now. Oh, the crew's starting, and that's just cheeky. Patrick goes through the slip cordon for 4, moves into the 90s. How many boundaries is that now, Myra? 15. It's hard down again to long off. This day single. Five off the first 2. Prasana back on strike. He comes down, swings hard as well. It's going well. Big long one. How long? 4 runs, 1 bounce into the gardening shed, into the roller, it looks like. Take a bit of recovering. That's how they want to keep the runs going here, the Royal Avengers. This game is going to be tight. Why Lampy's still on, I'm not sure, Myra. There we go. Lampy wanted to get on screen, but the ball didn't go that way, so no Lampy. Have to wait till next time. Charges again, goes straight again as they push both mid on, mid off, well, long on, long off, very wide. Yasin comes around, picks up in front of the sight screen. Get back for 2. One thing about this All-Stars bowling, it's been very tidy, Myra. 1 bye, 1 no ball, and 3 wides. That is excellent bowling in 15 overs. Doesn't stop the runs, of course, as that's cut over the top of point this time for 4. 15 off the over. With 1 ball remaining, they've got what they required again. 133 the partnership. It's clever play there from Prasana. Everyone inside the circle, so pops it up over the top of the point region. Charges up in the air again, so straight that it's not going to be caught, and it's not going to get cut off by Yasin this time. As they bring up the 200, the Royal Avengers, with 5 overs remaining. They're 200 for 3. They need 64 off the final 5. Now, Myra, with 5 overs remaining, it's time to remind those watching in that the Royal Avengers are one of the 2 teams that played in that historic tie that we had just a couple of weeks ago against table toppers Titans. Are we on track for another tied game here? 64 required, 63 will be a tie. They need to go at exactly, 12.8 per over from here. That's 64 off 30. And some discussions on who's going to get throwing the ball for over 16. 463 runs scored in 35 overs so far. 5 overs remain, 7 wickets in hand. Vishal Thakur back into the attack. 2 overs, 2 for 35. He's got 2/3 of the wickets so far for the All-Stars. Engelbard Patrick on 92. Starts on the pads. It'll just be one leg by, it looks like. Well, it's a good start for Vishal. Leg buys and singles, or just a buy, is a win for the All-Stars. Boundaries, a win for the Avengers. Prasana back on strike on 64. No. Charges a bit and a swing and pushes across the body too far. Talking about just taking one off each delivery. Now they've got 2 off this delivery, which is almost exactly what they require. 5 balls left. 12.83 the run rate required. And that's a good ball. That's going to stay inside the tram lines. That's the dot pushing across the left-hander. So Prasana's trying to give himself some room. The ball moving away. Keeps it away from the arc. Fast this time. Again, pushing across. Good dot ball. Avengers. Thinking. And look at the Manhattan at the end of this over, especially if it goes for less than 10. And so far, it's well on track as that one just shapes away off the off stump. Takes another dot. I think I saw one of them I thought was a good ball, but it was called wide. That one there was a good one. So it's 3 off the over, 3 balls remaining. This time gets bat on ball, beats point. It should go for 4. Nobody in the deep. 2 chasing it down, can't cut it off. That makes it interesting. 7 off the over, 2 balls remaining. Prasana to 68 now. Had plenty of siders. This time decided not to try to open that front pad and just push it. Okay, we've corrected that. It wasn't a wide. That other one, they're going to get through for a single, though. So that means it is going to be a tidy over. 7 runs coming from it in the end. As now it gets a little tough for the Royal Avengers. They need 57 off the final 4. All right, have a look at that Manhattan again. The Hong Kong. And just see in there how many overs so far for the Red have been under 10. I count 5 overs of 16 that haven't gone for double figures. So that's how impressive that 7 runs was. Of course, that was the same over that the All-Stars smashed 31. So that's where they really put the runs on today. And that big 145 run partnership, which included the man on screen who's going to bowl out here. Shelton de Cruz, 3 overs, none for 33 so far. He's going at 11s. He'd hope for going less than that, but 14.25. That's the run rate required from here. As Prasana swings hard again, and somehow it's not gone onto the leg stump. But it is very valuable dot ball. Well, one milestone broken today. A team scoring 250 plus isn't going to win by 100 plus. But that is another good dot ball. I feel like De Cruz is not far away from finding the top of middle or off here if Prasana overplays it again. He's got 4 balls left to try to get his first wicket. Go with his 70 not out. He could get there. If he could get a wicket here, just wait until this ball's done. He won't get a wicket here because that's going to go for 6. And what that is going to do is bring up the 150 partnership between these two as Prasana moves into the 70s, 150 off 72 deliveries, 16 fours and 7 maximums, including that one going straight up and over the top of the big tall sight screens down at the bowling club end. So biggest partnership of the day. I was going to say if you could get a wicket right there, De Cruz, would have been 1 run less than their 145 not out partnership in the first innings, but it's now the biggest of the day, 150 between Patrick and Prasana. And what's going on with this one? Is it going for 6 as well? Yes, it is. It's about as big, back-to-back maximums. After almost taking the leg stump, then almost taking the off stump in the first 2 deliveries, Prasana's now gone bang, bang, and moves up to 81. And 2 balls left, back live. And this one should only be 1. Oh, they're going to run on the arm. Oh, direct hit, that was gone. It was just wide to the right. So they get through safely. All left. The overlay hasn't updated for reasons, but there is only 1 ball left. 14 off the over so far. Prasana is chasing down Patrick. He's actually faced more deliveries than Patrick now, which is impressive. Up, and he does get the wicket. A big jump up in the air. Brilliant one-handed catch from De Cruz. Caught and bowled. Ends a 158-run partnership as the 4th wicket falls for the Avengers. It is Prasana out. He departs for 83 as the Avengers lose their 4th on 221, still with 43 runs required. Round of applause for the lefty. George Prasana departs on 83, saying he was challenging Patrick's score there, but he goes. Patrick loses a 4th partner as Shahbaz Mirza comes out at number 6. He needs to find a 43-run partnership here with Patrick. And De Cruz bowls out. What's that? He got 1 for 47, I think, with 14 coming off that over. So he's got a wicket and a 70 not out, De Cruz. If his team can get over the line, it'll be a good chance for player of the match today. Of course, if the Avengers get home, you'd have to suggest it's probably Mr. Patrick with his 92 so far off 39 deliveries. It's going to go down to the wire. 3 overs remaining, 6 wickets in hand, 43 required at 14.33. 484 runs scored in 37 overs so far. I'm surprised I still have a voice left. Well, Patrick continuing on his way, even though he keeps losing partners. Sharma back into the attack. Second over for him. He went for 11 in his first. He's gone for 4 off the first delivery of his second. Patrick moves to 96. Lampy's still on there, Myra. Scoops this one out to extra cover, but cover at extra cover. Keeps it covered. Gets the 1. Moves to 97. Okay. Shabazz starts with a dot. Myra's coaching from the broadcast area and saying Shabazz needs a single so bad. I agree. He needs to find bat on ball. He needs to get Patrick back on strike. 41 deliveries he's faced in 17.3 overs. It's just not many balls. Well, he's going to go aerial, and he could be out here. De Cruz getting underneath it, takes the catch. That's the end of Shabazz. He's out for a duck. A 2-ball duck for him, and the 5th wicket falls for the Avengers as Sharma gets his first. The Avengers are now 226 for 5. Aghav comes out to the crease, the captain today. He needs to try to find a partnership with Patrick. This is a very, very vital over for the All-Stars by Sharma. Just 5 runs and a wicket coming this one. 1 ball left. Really going to make it not impossible, but improbable for the Royal Avengers to get there. Starts with a full toss. Well, at the end of the over, that's going to go for 4. So that's handy, but only 9 coming from the 18th. The Royal Avengers move to 230 for 5. They need 34 in the final 2 at 17 per over. It's creeping up towards 3 runs a ball required. But Patrick will be back on strike for over number 19. The penultimate coming up. Now, say it's getting tough and hard, but after 18 overs, the All-Stars were 222 for 4, so they're still 8 runs ahead, maybe 1 extra wicket down, but that extra wicket does not include Daniel Patrick, who's still out there on 97. If he can farm the last 12 deliveries, they could get here, the Royal Avengers. Myra's got chills about how exciting this game is as it goes down to the wire. Here we go. Vishal Thakur to Daniel Patrick. It's going to start with a dot ball or leg by. It's going to be in the end as they get through. That's valuable for the All-Stars as it also gets Patrick off strike. I'm not entirely sure about the wisdom of that single. I know the captain probably happy to be on strike. He's going at a strike rate of 200. He needs to go at a strike rate of 300 now. So no time to get your eye in. It pops it, almost carries to the extra cover fielder inside, but beats the right hand. So another single, another win for the All-Stars. 10 balls left. They have to go at 3.2 runs per ball now. They're going to need some boundaries. Can it be? Daniel Patrick, 97 off 42. Must be getting tired. He's been out there for all 18.2 overs, even if he's only faced 42 deliveries. Oh, that's inventive. He's picked that one up well outside off and gets the 4. That's what they need, but they need more of him as well. Brings up the 100 as well with the boundary with his 10th 4 to go with 7 maximums, 101 off 43. Marvellous knock. A century for Daniel Raj Patrick. Okay. 3 balls left to the penultimate. Comes down, charges, it's in the air. Yassin getting under it again. It's going to fall short this time. Didn't carry out into the deep. Okay, that was a valuable single. And it's going to be just one inside edge onto the leg side. Okay, so what can Patrick do, and what does Patrick do? Does he take a single but then leave 25 runs required off the final? Or does he try to get the maximum and then let Sridhar do the work in the next over? There we go. Oh, that's inside the tram line. No, just. It was line ball, and the ball obviously to the left of the line, according to umpire Imran Arif. They'll take that extra. Now it's 25 required. Royal Avengers couldn't possibly be involved in a second tied game in the same season, could they? Well, if they score 24 more runs, and that's the end of the game, then they will be. It's only going to be 1 onto the leg side, the offside. So Patrick will retain strike, but he's going to have to find 24 runs in the final over. Okay, it's going to be Harsh Sharma to bowl the death over. 2 overs, 1 for 20. If it goes for less than 20, All-Stars win the game. 24 required. That's 4 off every single delivery. What's that? That's not a 4. That's a 6. Starting with a maximum over the top of the All-Stars dugout. Now they need 18. Myra's getting excited. I'm getting excited. The Royal Avengers dugout's getting excited. And I think the All-Stars might be getting a little nervous as this is getting close. It'd be highly improbable that it'll be a tie now, given that 17, they'd have to find a single at some point. Patrick, 109 off 46. Swings hard again. That's going all the way as well. Through cow corner, onto the turf training area. Back-to-back sixes as Patrick moves to 115. 12 required off 4. 250 up for the Royal Avengers. Milestone brought up with a maximum. 12 off 4, so they need 3 a ball now. Okay, so I think there might be a change of angle going on here for Sharma. Wait for everyone to get back in place. Sharma a little nervy. Said he's got to go for less than 24. He's gone for 12 in the first 2. Here we go. Ball number 3. It's going to be a wide. Did shuffle across, but it was down leg side the entire time. $11 required. That should only be 1. It's going to be none. It's going to be a dot. So now it's 11 off 3. Two teams bringing up 250. I'm not sure I've called that in a T20 game, especially in morning league. Over 500 runs scored. That's a dot into the body. It could be it for the Royal Avengers. They now need to get basically 2 maximums to win from here, just as they started the over. A 6 and a 4 will be a tie, Myra. Anything apart from a boundary, and Sharma can just bowl whatever he likes on the final delivery, as long as he doesn't make a mistake. No extras. Here we go. Scooped out in the air. And the wicket falls. That's going to be the game you'd expect as Patrick depart for a fabulous 115 off 50 deliveries. But 1 ball remaining. I think Same's taken the catch there at cover. We'll get confirmation on that one. But Patrick's massive knock comes to an end. And that could be the ball game for the Avengers. They got so close. But now 1 ball remaining. 11 required to win. 10 to tie. They're going to fall just perhaps 2 or 3 balls short here. As Mukhtar comes out to the crease to face 1 delivery. Patrick getting a massive round of applause from the All-Stars, the Royal Avengers, I should say, dugout. I'm glad there's only 1 ball left because that's all my throat's got left. Here we go. Sharma. Mukhtar swings hard, takes it to the body. It's going to be a dot to finish off, and it's going to be a 10-run victory here for the All-Stars in a massive KCC Morning League Grade 1 match. Over 500 runs scored. And just make a decision, get confirmation on player of the match. We're probably going to give it to Patrick in the end for his big 115 runs, but they fell in the end 10 runs short. A victory for the All-Stars here on a Wednesday morning. I'm going to bring up the batting and bowling card very shortly. There's the batting and bowling card, and there's 2 big scores on there. None bigger than the opening bat of Daniel Raj Patrick with 115 off 50 deliveries. And also Prasana with an 83 and a 30. Only 3 players getting into double figures, but they got up to 253 in the end, falling 10 runs short. The bowling card for the All-Stars, and a twofer for Vishal Thacker and a twofer for Sharma. Singles for Vikat Kapoor, the captain, and Shelton de Cruz, who was unlucky not to get player of the match. There it is, game 1 of 3 this week here at Kowloon Cricket Club. In the bag, it's a grade 1 victory for the All-Stars. Up against the Royal Avengers, they get 2 wins now, the All-Stars, and keep themselves in contention with the top 4. We'll be back tomorrow morning from 7 a.m. I believe it's a Grade 2 match tomorrow. It's Markhor up against, I want to say, Green Ink, but you can check that out on the KCC YouTube page because the game is already up there. Turn the notification on. We'll be live for that one. On behalf of Myra Baloch in the broadcast centre, this is Aaron Bush signing off.